Hello everyone, not the video I was planning on making today, but something pretty wild happened in ERLC last night, and I think it's worth covering. Subscribe if you do enjoy, and let's get into this. So, a bit of context to make sure everyone is caught up. Back in 2022, Lamborghini decided that they didn't want Roblox games using their cars, and from there, many other car companies followed, issuing takedown requests. ERLC and many other roleplay games decided to work on fictionalizing their fleet of vehicles, instead of battling lawsuits or paying eye-watering money for licenses. Last summer, multiple vehicles were remodeled, and versions including interiors could be found around the map. This happened multiple times and as recent as January of this year. Never cars you could drive, and always removed by the developers quickly, as seemingly it was a mistake. At first, I thought this was a situation similar to the apartment incident in November, where with a small quality of life update, they accidentally added an apartment to the game, which was not supposed to be rolled out with that quality of life update. The developers quickly spotted this, shut down all the servers, and all trace of the apartment was gone. This time, however, it was fairly different. There was no update, no servers shut down, players just started randomly seeing interiors when they spawned in their cars. Quite literally, 2 minutes before the developers seemed to patch this, I snuck into a server with some people who were playing around with the vehicle interiors and managed to drive one myself. So, apparently I lost a recording of me driving a car with an interior, but I can confirm I was in game. Here's a screenshot yesterday at 11:20. There was me in a public server with a couple other people. So, bit unfortunate. From pictures, videos, and member reports, I can confirm there are at least 12 vehicles that started spawning with interiors out of the blue. So let's take a look at all the cars, all the different levels of detail as well, because every car is kind of different. Some more detailed than others, some had proper interiors, some were like half-baked. So starting off with the DOT pickup truck here, this was, I believe, the most recent addition to the team, new livery. Next up, the Navara Horizon. But I actually did a video on this late January, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, because this was added. When this was revamped and added back to the game, you could find a version of this car with an interior as DOT callouts, but of course you couldn't drive them. Moving on, we've got the classic Chevron. I have no idea which model this is, but you can see a full interior on that. And in my opinion, the interiors on the classic vehicles look just so good. I don't think this is a part of the same car. No, this isn't. I think this is part of another car. We'll see later. But you can see the handle on each door to actually like manually roll down the window. I love the speedometer here, and it's almost like a bench at the front. Instead of actual seats, everyone's just kind of like piled onto a bench. I love the interiors in these classic cars. Got another photo of that DOT truck driving away. Another classic interior here. Does kind of look like something you find in GTA 4 from this graphics level they've got in game. But lovely steering wheel. Just look at this. I love the brown wood on the dashboard. So nice. So nice. Anyways, funny enough, we did actually get some interiors to police cars as well. And I believe we've got an interior photo of this somewhere else. I'm not a car expert by any means. I'm sure you've already figured that out, but I'm trying my best to match up the interiors. Yeah, these don't match, obviously. But here's another shot at the pickup truck we saw a bit earlier. And then there's the external view, I believe. Is that the same? Yeah, that is the same vehicle. We've got the Mustang, which we did see the interior for a couple months back when that was revamped. I think it was August or September. And then we've got this car. Take a look at that. That's so cool to have an interior in. We've got another interior. I have no idea what vehicle that's for. But you can see the level of detail is so different. Hold on, that's a Bronco. I think I recognize, yeah, that's a Bronco. And you can see another Bronco just up there. But yeah, it's interesting. Every car is different levels of detail inside. You can see, compare that to the one up here. It's so different. It's really strange. Another picture of the Bronco from the exterior. And then we've got the new Chevron. I don't know the model. That was added recently. The Chevron 2009. That was added in the most recent quality of life update, or I suppose the one just before the one we just had. Even though the interiors are quite basic, even just being able to see through the vehicle makes the game look so much better. We've got another shot. I believe this is inside the same car. So you can see the level of detail in this one. I mean, the seats are more refined. Like there's actually more detail to the seats, but there isn't the same amount of detail to the decals on the dashboard here. Another shot of the Camaro, which is the one I was driving in the video. And then we've got an interior. Like, look at the detail compared to this. It's crazy. This is a Mustang, isn't it? I think this is a Mustang because we saw that before. And then we've got some more classic cars over here. Look at that. That looks so good. We've also thankfully got some videos that people have recorded and sent in the PLC Discord. So you can see a full 360 of the sedan and then a bit of a closer look at the inside. So 3 seats in the back, 2 in the front. Even just for the sake of roleplay, imagine pulling up to a traffic stop and you can actually see the people sitting in the cars. We've got a video of the classic police Chevron here, as you can see driving in the interior there. And then you can see spawning the pickup on civilian as well. Take a look at that. So I believe in total, there were at least 12 vehicles that had interiors for whatever reason for about 10-15 minutes before the developers stepped in. Didn't even need to restart servers for these interiors to disappear. So I definitely think we can add vehicle interiors to our list of future ERLC updates, given they're actually in-game and people somehow managed to spawn them. I really do not know how that happened, but it does seem that there are at least some vehicle interiors just sitting in the game somewhere. Of course, it makes sense that there are only interiors for the vehicles they have recently fictionalized or remodeled. Of course, the older car models aren't going to have interiors made up for them. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. Kind of similar to the apartment leak back in November, but also there was no update. People just randomly started being able to drive these interior cars around. So, kind of odd at the same time, but does give us hope. Another thing that the developers are working on. Hopefully, we can see interiors return sometime later this year. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.